breaking boundaries. Yeah. Welcome, y'all. She's a bomb-ass, ride-or-die, tell-it-like-it-is boss bitch, and you want her on your team. Unless you're playing sports.
She is bold and she is brave.
She looks like the devil and she smells like whiskey.
When KatieBeth sings, you just don't hear the music. She makes you feel it.
She sings from her soul.
She's breakable but strong.
She loves hard. Music is all that matters.
I realize I'm where I'm supposed to be. There's a picture hanging on the wall in Mama's house. Girl, I played the music just a little loud.
KatieBeth, she's the best. Well, she's amazing.
Hey, this is Gary Banach, and you're listening to Breaking Boundaries Music with KatieBeth.
Take a trip in my time machine to the best place in your mind. We can worry about the here and now at a later date and time. Take a trip in my time machine. All our friends are always there, dancing, partying, and getting loud. Every consequence beware. Nothing but time, not a dime. Ain't no charge to free your mind. Close your eyes, let it all rewind. Welcome back to the good old days. Running through my mind like a rolling train. The laughs, the beers, the wild, the tears, yeah. Welcome back to the good old days. Time to live it up in our own way. Welcome back. Remember hanging out and having fun. All the nights we closed the place. We were all for one and one for all. Some steps I would retrace. Nothing but time, not a dime. Ain't no charge to free your mind. Close your eyes and let it all rewind. Welcome back to the good old days. Running through my mind like a rolling train. The laughs, the beers, the wild, the tears, yeah. Welcome back to the good old days. Time to live it up in our own way. Welcome back. We tried our best, we made mistakes. We lived through just a few heartbreaks. I'll never let these memories fade away. Welcome back to the good old days. Running through my mind like a rolling train. The laughs, the beers, the wild, the tears, yeah. Welcome back to the good old days. Time to live it up in our own way. Welcome back. Welcome back to the good old days. Running through my mind like a rolling train. The laughs, the beers, the wild, the tears, yeah. Welcome back to the good old days. Time to live it up in our own way. Welcome back.
Hello, this is Pico, and you are listening to Miss KatieBeth on Casey Kasem Top 20 Countdown Breaking Boundaries Music.
Happy Thursday! Woo woo! Week 11. Are we on week 11 already? My goodness. March 14th, 2019. I have a cough drop up, so I'm so totally going to pull a pink move and pull it out of my mouth. Yep, that just happened. She did hers on national television. Mine is just on a radio show. It'll be fine. So, how are we? Happy Thursday, y'all. I won't talk too long or keep you entertained with my entertainment because I know that it's wonderful. But I just wanted to say hello and give you a little update. So, God works in mysterious ways. And I'm not someone to get religious, But I know that this has to be true because 2 weeks ago, my neighbor went batshit crazy and threatened to kill me. No joke, no lie, screaming at the top of her lungs, holding a knife in her hand, and I thought I was going to die before my radio show started. I've been looking for a new place to live since about August. I started looking at places. And so I've been steadily looking for a place for almost 7 months. And when my neighbor went crazy, I sprung into action and I found a place. And everything is kind of just crazily fallen into place really, really super fast. And so I just want you to know that if there's something you're going through or you're thinking about or like, I just don't know how to do it, take that first step because it will work out. And I took out her garbage to the trash because I'm the better person. So there you go. I hope it's really loud. That's me yelling at her. All right. Well, are we ready? I just, before we start and I introduce my guest, let's just take a listen to this.
Okay, now we're going to do a new song. It's called Truck Driver's Blues. It was written by my mom, and Gary's going to sing it. Go.
Oh Lord, I wish I had some news, 'cause I got the truck driver blues. Well, I got no grub to today. Oh, it just flew away. Oh, Monday's I hope tomorrow comes to me. I just don't feel like it will be. Yesterday I left my wife. Today I fear I'll lose my life. Oh, Monday.
Oh my God, it's so cute. It's so cute. Should I introduce you or ask you a question first? I don't even know. That is Gary Banach. How old are you?
I am right around the bend from 50 in just a few weeks.
How old were you in this recording?
Oh boy, probably about 11.
So 40 years ago.
Yeah.
You recorded this little ditty. Friends, this is me telling you right now, don't ever give me something or the freedom or license to record you, photograph you, tell a story, because I will always use it to my advantage.
It's awful and it dogs you for life. That's how it is.
I did not tell him that I was going to play that. It's called The Truck Driver's Blues, and I love it.
Did you hear the lyric in there? I said something about today I fear I'll lose my wife or something. I was like 11 years old. What were we writing? I have no idea. But
You knew then you were no good.
I got to tell you that those lyrics, most of those lyrics for those songs were all written by Joel. He was the mastermind of Night Owl. And he was writing stuff that was it was because he listened to the Beatles. Okay. And he got a lot of inspiration from their kind of songwriting and that weird lyrical,
It's amazing that you have that. I wish I had recordings of myself that young.
And he kept them. And we recorded that stuff in his living room. The band was called The Band, the two-person band. We were way ahead of our time. Absolutely. He had recording equipment, which was like, he was recording on a dual tape deck, and he was, had mics set up and everything. And I'm talking, we're 11, 12 years old, Yeah. But, so his mom, I believe she worked second shift. So when she would leave for work, we would start recording. And we would record all through the night, and we became the Night Owls. And, I spent a lot of weekends there just writing music and just having a blast. I mean, what kids are doing that at that age, Just none.
Well, I would like to introduce everybody to Gary Banach.
Hello.
My musical brother from another mother. And we're so glad to have him. I've already have people chatting, and they say that you have a great radio voice.
Oh, really?
So.
And you know what? I have the worst laugh. It's just like a giddy little girl. I don't know how I have a good radio voice.
You do.
No, thank you. I feel sexy.
Oh, you look sexy. When he got here today, I said, "What are you doing?" He looks like he's 25, guys. He has this really cool backwards hat on.
It's a bro hat.
He's wearing an MTV T-shirt. You look awesome.
That's what happens when you're almost 50. You try to look 25.
Yeah, well, you're pulling it off. You look great. So I don't even. Yeah. See, I have people in my ear the whole time, so I have to like pay attention to 50 different things. We have a list of all the things that we're going to talk about. Let's start with no one said sexy. That's what the chat said.
Oh man, come on. Anyway,
Let's start with how we met. We'll get into your musical prowess. Let's start there. How did we meet?
Okay, well, I was at a point in time where I was looking to really get back into music. I had been in a long time cover band, Last Call. Did really well and kind of ran its course, and I took some time off. But the bug always gets you. If you're a musician, the bug always gets you. And I've even taken as long as 10 years off from music. But sooner or later, you need to fill that void in your life. So I started looking on Milwaukee Rocks for bands that were looking for a guitarist. And I found the post from KatieBeth. And she had music, she had material that she had recorded from her first CD. And I listened to it, and the first song that I listened to, now I can't even think of the title. I hate being on the...
I have it.
Oh, okay. The first song I listened to, I was like, holy crap, that's a hit. And I wanted not only to learn that song and play that song, but I wanted to play it in a band. And so I responded to the post and proceeded to learn every song on her album. Because I thought, if I do that, it'll show that I'm serious about this. So I learned all of her songs, not just because I wanted to be, a pompous little jerk and come and be like, hey, I know your stuff. But every time I listened to a song, I liked it, and that's why I knew I wanted to be in that band. So I went to the, audition, and I thought I played okay, and I kept my nerves down as best I could. And when you know somebody for a long time, and you become friends, and you go through all the things that you go through in a band. You can't believe that when you first met them, you're like, that's a friggin' rock star. I'm going to join a band with a rock star. She's got her own CD. I didn't have my own CD. I didn't record in Nashville, any of that stuff. So I was just really stoked, and that's how we met. And she snagged me up real quick against other voices telling her not to, and that's 10 years ago.
So that first song was this. That Ain't Love by KatieBeth. We're just going to let it play for a second.
Yeah, I freeze up when I'm on the radio sometimes, and of course, it's a great song.
How could you hurt me that way?
So that is That Ain't Love by KatieBeth. So, funnily enough, you came.
That's not a word, funnily.
Funnily. Funnily. I just made it up.
Scrabble.
So, we were looking for a guitar player to kind of make a full sound with the band. And when you came, you rocked it, and I was so impressed by you knowing all the songs. And you left, and the guys were like, no, he's too rock. And I was like, dude, he's the one. Like, I don't care what you think, this is the guy.
I'm in, you guys are out.
Yeah. So, one of the very first songs we started working on, do you remember?
I'm going to say it was Rascal Flatts.
It was Rascal
Am I right?
Flatts.
Am I right?
Yeah, Fast Cars and Freedom. But, so I had recorded That Ain't Love in Nashville in 2009 and released it on Breaking from the Shadows, my first album. And then we went back into the studio in 2011 and re-recorded it. And I want to play a clip of both of those because I was listening today, and I was like, these sound so different.
The versions that we recorded were so rock.
Yeah. So here's the first one. This is a minute clip of the first That Ain't Love.
In your land of pretend, what you tell me to. It's time I live life for myself. Sympathy and tenderness I'm sure with golden love. Yeah, what you think is love, that ain't love.
when you listen to that, it's so country. And the guitar player on there is actually Keith Urban's guitar player, Brian Nutter. And it's great. It's a fantastic version. I love this version. I paid a lot of money for this version. But when Gary joined the band, it became this.
I'm not gonna do what you tell me to. It's time I live life for myself. Sympathy and tenderness aren't shown those in love. Yeah, what you think is love. That ain't love. That ain't love. That ain't love. Damage is love, but I'm not just anyone.
That dirty growl. Dirty rock. And it's typically you don't re-record a song, and we recorded this and Wild Ride just because where I was in music and kind of the feel, I just wanted that rock vibe.
Yeah.
And we totally captured that.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll never be able to get out of my writing or my music is at the basis of everything, it's rock.
Yeah.
You know, I can write a ballad, I can write a song that has country, feel to it, but it's gonna have that bite to it. It's gonna have it. It just,
Which is exactly why I wanted you in the band in the first place, because I come from both of those. I grew up totally rock and roll.
Yeah.
That's what I listened to in my house. Styx, Journey, everything. I can't even I'm totally blanking.
REO
REO Speedwagon.
Oh, yeah.
Just Michael Jackson rock. And as growing up, I got into country, and so that's two totally different parts of my personality and my music. And so my band was so country, I needed that rock portion of it. And it served its purpose. But at that time, that wasn't happening in country music.
No.
Rock thing, and especially not in Milwaukee Midwest music. The guys didn't know what to do with that because we were country. And I remember one of the first gigs we played was at Mad Dog.
Oh, yeah.
And
we never played there again.
We never played there again because they said we were too rock and roll.
Yeah.
We were too rock and roll.
I can see it.
What can you do? I told my manager one of the first times it happened since she came on board, I got basically banned from playing a club. And she was so tore up about it. And I was like, this ain't the first time. It won't be the last time. It doesn't even bother me anymore because really I am rock and roll. As much as I'm country and I have my twang and I wear my cowboy boots, I am fucking rock and roll.
It's true. It's true. If you didn't have the twang, you'd be a rock singer. Yeah,
sure.
You're all, every bit of heart and even like Janis Joplin and those kind of musicians where it was just sing with your soul and sing hard, and and then when you throw that twang in there it is. There's the country, But it's way more acceptable now when you look at the Keith Urbans
country
and
rap
Eric
and
Churches
everything,
and those kind of people. We were just a little bit ahead of our time.
We were ahead of the time.
Yeah.
PJ just said, in what fresh hell of reality do you two overgrown juvenile delinquents get your own radio show? The world has gone mad.
I love you, PJ. As a matter of fact, that first song that you heard,
Good Old Days.
PJ was the bass player.
Good Old Days. Okay, so do you want to start from the beginning of your music, or do you want to start right there with Good Old Days and talk about that, or what?
Let's start there. Let's start with Good Old Days.
Okay, because...
Yeah. What I would like to do is, if you have not checked it out yet, the premiere of the Wearing Pajamas video is now on YouTube.
Yes,
I
and
believe it's
Facebook.
there.
On your
and
Facebook
Facebook
page.
So you can go out and watch it. But for the next...
Hold on before you... So, guys, what Gary just said is that he just released a lyric video for the song Wearing Pajamas. You've never had a lyric video.
No.
You've never put your music on YouTube as
No.
a full song.
No.
You've never really had social media about your music.
Not at all.
So this is all like a new part of the journey, and like it gives me like goosebumps and like so excited for you that you're finally putting your music out there and like taking that step of here's it on a digital platform in a way.
Yeah.
And soon, within the 2019 time, I keep pushing him, guys. He will have his music on Spotify and Apple Music and iTunes and all the places. We are working on that right now. So that will be out there. But I really want you to go to YouTube or Gary Banach Music on Facebook. The lyric video is out there. Take a look at it. Now go.
Okay. So the reason that I wanted Good Old Days, that song means a lot to me because I actually wrote that song about my old band Strip. This was the band that the first time I had original music writing experience, my first experience in a studio, my first experience on a big stage, playing Summerfest before Enough's Enough. That band did a lot for my growth as a musician. And so I wrote that song, Good Old Days, hearkening back to what we went through. It was an 80s glam band. We were all original. We were in that, we were kind of at the tail end. We started probably around 89. So I actually bailed from the band when grunge hit. Grunge hit, the rest of the band went, well, we want to keep playing. We're just going to get heavier. And I went, it's not
going to work.
I can't do it. But Good Old Days, there's a lot of little riffs in there that are riffs from songs that we played in Strip. There's a song called Rebels and Gypsies. There's a song called 151. And every little solo that I wrote is a little bit of that band. So that is the next song that I'm going to do a lyric video for. And what I would like to ask you guys to do is I want you to send me pictures from shows of any of the bands that I've been in, whether it was Stripped. I was in Strip and Stripped. KatieBeth, Last Call, any of them. I want to see pictures of us partying together, drinking together, having fun together, and that's going to be the lyric video. Everybody will get credit. Everybody will, be involved in that, and it's just going to be a cool look back at what we've gone through, with all these bands. So
we'll put a post on Breaking Boundaries and KatieBeth and Gary's to send these photos, and it's going to be ggbanach@gmail.com, ggbanach@gmail.com to send those photos for the lyric video of Good Old Days. We were just talking about wearing pajamas. I want to play a little clip of that because it's so good.
I can do, ain't doing it to impress you. It don't make me any less a man. I'm gonna rock it every way I can. And from the cradle to the grave, I'm just wearing my pajamas. I'm just wearing my pajamas.
That's so good. Okay, I want to play the end because the end is just so much fun. And you get to hear me.
And from the cradle to the grave, I'm just wearing my pajamas. Pajamas. I'm always wearing my pajamas. Pajamas. I'm still wearing my pajamas. Pajamas. I'm always wearing my pajamas. Pajamas.
So now we've covered that there's a Wearing Pajamas lyric video. There's going to be a Good Old Days coming, and you want people to send your photos. That's a lot.
Yeah. And it's fun. It's like releasing the CD now, even though it came out
2012.
Yeah. I did it for me, and I gave a ton of them away. I did sell a bunch, and all the money went to the ARC, which is the Animal Rehabilitation Center. Oh. I just didn't feel like I wanted to. I got a lot of stuff for free. Yeah. I got the recording time for virtually free. The musicians recorded for free. I didn't feel like I could, charge people for that. Yeah. So I was like, let's just look at this as an adventure, a fun adventure, and get some new ideas that I've never really delved into before. Not on vinyl. They don't do vinyl. So now,
as we're sitting here, you brought 10 CDs.
I did. I brought 10 CDs, 10 Aries CDs. I know a lot of my friends have Aries already. But if you don't have Aries, this is what I want you to do. I want you to, would it be text?
Call, text.
Yeah, you can call in live.
Chat.
You can chat.
Email.
and I want you to say, I'm wearing pajamas. And if you do that, I'm going to give you a free CD.
So you can call or text 828-365-6610. You can call us at that number. You can email radio@breakingboundariesmusic.com. You can post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. 10 CDs between now and the end of the show, and we'll give them away.
Yeah. Awesome.
Gary's not going to bring them to your house and pet your cat, but we will get you them.
I got enough cats. I don't need to be petting other people's cats. I ain't got time for that.
Okay, so let's go here and then this right here. Not there. This right here. That every time. So when an iPhone is connected to a Bluetooth speaker in a car and you don't have your songs on shuffle, it plays the first alphabetical order. This is the very first song in my library. So this would just start when my car would start. And I would have to rock out every time. What do you think about when you hear this?
That particular song.
Yeah.
The funny thing about that song is it's written about me. Okay? It's introspective. I was a little 12-year-old, well, probably 12 to 17-year-old punk. Okay, I drove people crazy, especially my family. I was a nightmare. For a lot because I was really small. I was very small as a kid, and so when you're small, you're going to look to get people's attention somehow. And a good way to get your friends' attention
is to be an asshole.
Is to be an asshole to adults.
Yeah.
They look at you and they're like, that's cool. So that song is really written about me. Looking back at it and going, wow, you really were an a-hole. And so, I feel better about it now. I'm a better person and everything, but I'm sure other people hear that song and they think I'm talking about somebody
them,
else.
Yeah,
and it's just the opposite.
This is my two favorite parts right here.
Some words can't take back. Sometimes act too loud. Impressions out of whack. And that's who they see as you, yeah.
Love that. When you're an a-hole. God,
it's the
so
only
good.
time in the song where I say a-hole.
It's so good. It's so good. Let's just.
You just love that beginning. You can listen to that on repeat over and over.
Just that beginning. Drums. Okay, one more time.
Okay, you're ridiculous.
That's it.
It's good.
It's so good.
Trash the rest of the song.
Good.
That part's
The rest of the
awesome.
album, it sucks. No, I'm just kidding.
That is absolutely the heaviest song on the album. I'm
so
more
good.
melodic normally than that, but I just got inspired to
It makes me want to punch my fists into people's mouth holes. What me and my aunt would refer to as angry father music. Angry at your father music.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you taught yourself to play guitar.
I did. I took
at the age of 1.
Yeah, I plopped out and went. No, I took a year of guitar lessons. Incredibly boring. School was rough for me because they were talking about this. My mind's going way in a different place. I've always been that way. It's got to be creative. It's got to inspire me. And the minute that it's boring to me, I'm out. I'm doing something else. So I started taking guitar lessons, and it was we're talking about in the early 70s, and it was a female folk guitarist. Very good guitarist. Can you see me playing folk guitar?
Nope.
My biggest inspiration at that moment in time was Kiss. So I'm thinking, your guitar should start smoking and on fire in a second. And she was playing Green Sleeves, and I'm like, you know, so it put me off. It was like I don't think I want to play guitar, but it wasn't that. It wasn't that I didn't want to play guitar.
It was just the wrong.
Yeah. So, but maybe a year later, I don't even remember why I picked it up again. I just picked the guitar up and taught myself, and I got books and, you know, learned from that, and mostly I learned by ear. And it's just it's a gift that
it's a gift because you still learn by ear.
Yeah.
We literally can be talking about a song, or I can put it on my phone for 15 seconds and he knows it. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where I can, for the most part, I can see where the song is going. And I know what the guitar sounds like. I know what an A chord, a D chord sounds like. And so I can hear the song for the first time and go, I know exactly where his hands are when he's playing this song.
What was the first thing? First song?
What do you mean?
What was the first song you learned?
Oh my gosh. It was probably like Day Tripper by the...
What is
it?
Could,
yeah, I think I could still play it.
Just...
It's just a simple riff, you know. Actually, the first song I probably learned was...
Nice.
and I still don't know. The first difficult song I ever learned was in junior high, and I was in guitar ensemble, and they had us learn Stairway to Heaven.
That's so crazy. That's what my uncle learned.
Yeah.
Can you play any of it?
Oh gosh, yeah, I think so. This is a tougher song. Maybe not. No.
I'm putting him on the spot, guys. It is a really difficult.
It's been a long time since I played. Yeah, I can't. That second chord's eluding me.
That's okay. I totally put you on the spot.
Yeah.
So you want to play something? Let's
Sure.
play something.
Sure.
What do you want to play?
Sure. Why don't we ask them?
Well, there is a question.
Okay.
Gary, what is one thing you'd change about Gary, if you could change one thing about KB, what would it be? Seriously, I'm not okay.
I would say the one thing, and, you know, it's not really that you would change it. It's that when, you know, that's why you have multiple people in a band. That's why that's why Katie has me and I have Katie, is to bounce things off of each other. I am always much, much tougher on Katie in the studio than she'd ever be on herself. And so, whereas it would make it easier if she was as hard on herself as I am.
I just want to get it done.
Yeah. That's why it works, because we can get so feisty with each other when you're tired and when you're pushing in the studio and when you've sung the same thing 100 times. But I'll never give up. And I'll get the best out of her. And then when it's done, it's done. And we listen to it and we go, it's awesome.
And that's so true, because when I'm in that moment of just standing there, I'm tired, I'm over it, I've sang the same thing 72 times. To me, it's the same. I haven't heard it any different, but I haven't listened to it. You're listening to it. Yeah. So you hear something different than I do. So yeah, I totally, that's a good answer.
Having the kind of ear that I have is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Because I'm a tyrant when it comes to band practices. I am the one that will piss everybody off and drive them nuts.
Because you want it to sound good,
I want it to sound fantastic. To me, there's no reason to go in a studio or go on stage and be average. Why? Why do it?
That's probably something that you've helped instill in me, is never allowing it to just be okay. Like it needs to be above that. Because if we're not putting something above that, why are we doing it?
Right.
So.
Right.
And no one has said, what do you guys want to hear? No one's answered what they want to hear. How about you play something you want to play, and then we'll wait.
All right. I could play you a little riff from the new record.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about that. Let's do it.
Yeah. I play this. I've been playing this riff in, like sound check and during practice when we're just, everybody's getting their level set and everything. And I did this thing, and I'm like, God, I got to turn that into a song. It turned into a song called "Makes Me Do That Thing," and it's a pretty dirty riff. It's kind of slick. So here you go. gives you a little taste of it.
Nice.
It's pretty bad.
Okay,
like
we
it.
need to hear you sing. So sing something.
Oh,
and no
I
one's
am
responding.
not warmed up.
I
know. What do you want to hear? Yeah.
Can warm up like that. Play some 90s stuff like Spin Doctors or something similar.
Oh, you know what we should play? You know what we should play? You remember what we were playing before? Do you have the lyrics still?
Oh my God, really? Working so hard, I'm punching my clock. 8 hours for what? Oh, tell me what I got. I got this feeling, time's just holding me down. I'll hit the ceiling, or else I'll tear up this town. Hey! I gotta cut loose,
Footloose, kick off the Sunday shoes. Please, Louise,
roll me off of my knees.
Jack, get back.
Come on before we crack.
Loose, your blues. Everybody cut footloose. Because that song is the best.
A little Allison Road. Do you know that?
No.
Allison Road.
I do not know that. I'm
Really?
sorry. Yeah, I probably do, but not by title.
Let's see if I can.
She's gonna bring it up.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Who does? Who performs that?
It's Pro.
You lost me.
You'll know it as soon as I. Gin Blossoms.
Oh yeah. Oh. I'm gonna have to hear it for a second.
Okay, hold on.
Then I'll play it. This is gonna show you that I can learn something right off.
I'm having a problem connecting to the internet.
Maybe we're not even on right now.
Maybe it's not. Rascal Flatts, Life is a Highway. My internet won't connect for some reason.
That's not the right key. I have no idea. You know, some of these songs we haven't played in
Fast
years.
Cars.
Oh,
Fast Cars.
that I can do.
Staring at you, taking off the makeup, wondering why you even put it on. I know you think you do, but baby, you don't need it. Wish that you could see what I see when it's gold.
I see a dust trail following an old red Nova. Baby blue eyes, your head on my shoulder. Oh,
Wait,
baby, don't move. Right there it is.
Okay, I want to hear you play your song.
I don't have any songs.
Yeah, come on. How about
You realize I don't know any of the lyrics to my own songs, right?
Damn You?
I really don't.
Can you play Mary Pajamas?
I can play the riff.
Well, what did you come here to do?
Destroy your radio show.
Clearly. Okay, how about this thing around my neck
Just don't feel right.
I look like an imposter in my suit and tie. Came here to rock it, that's what I do. Really think I care what I look like to you.
I want to talk about this song a little bit because when you look on the back of my CD and you see titles, you know, Alley
Yes,
Walk,
people
Pretty
still
Picture.
do have CDs.
I do. I believe in them. I believe in them because I still believe people want to hold
agree.
hold something
I agree.
and they go, I have the CD. When you just have digital, you're like,
You can't hold it.
why, you know?
I saw the CD And it opened up my eyes. Okay, the back of the CD,
Yeah.
wearing pajamas.
You look at songs, A-hole,
Good old days.
and then
Trouble.
you see wearing pajamas.
pajamas.
It's like how that just sounds goofy, and really that's just a metaphor for being yourself, being comfortable in whatever you do. I get a lot of flack for going to work in a baseball hat and a t-shirt and jeans, and like if someone needs me to wear a button-down shirt and khakis to prove that I'm good, I'm the wrong person for you. I need, it's just not who I am. And if I come to the door and I'm wearing cheetah flannel pajamas, don't be surprised.
If you come to my door and I'm not wearing pants, I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Well,
And then it starts like this. And you just want to dance. I just want to swing my head around and drink the Kool-Aid.
I was trying to get people to wear
I want to
join a pajama cult.
I want a doobie in my hand.
This thing around my neck just don't feel right.
The thing I really love about this CD is that it's diverse. I was glad that I didn't just write a pop rock.
It's not just one thing.
No, it's really has a weird flow. It's all over the place, and that song is a little bluesy, funky.
And the best part
What?
is that there's blues, there's rock, there's A-hole that's in your face. And we're going to listen to the whole thing of this because it's just so good. And then there's this. Hold on, let me stop this. Right here.
Zero gravity. I'm making an earthly escape. Thoughts crystallized. Mind and soul safely at peace. Hiding from the truth. And things that I don't understand. Frozen from the touch. And I see heart can't feel the pain. I feel myself drifting away. I want to fly away to the cold side of the moon. I want to hide away on the cold side of the moon. Lost satellite, needing a place to call home. Blanket full of stars, offers no warmth from the cold. Lunar paradise becomes the eclipse of my dreams. Light turning dark, time and emotion erased. Feel it all drifting away. I want to fly away to the cold side of the moon. I want to hide away on the cold side of the moon. Every feeling's numb, where thoughts of this don't become, where every second's night. I won't have to face the daylight.
What is that? What do you think about when you hear this song?
That song is sad. It really is, you know.
It's haunting.
It's yeah. I don't know that I owe a lot of that song to Jeff Howard, the bass player, and he's just an all around musician.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And there were so many people that played on there. Stephanie Young played violin.
But don't keep. Hold on. This.
I want to fly away to the coastline.
Really interesting about this project was that some of these musicians I was never in a room with.
They just recorded and sent it.
Patricia Wake was the background vocalist on Cold Side of the Moon. She was in Texas. I never met her. I've never met her to this
Wow.
day. We talked a few times.
And it's perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't overtake the song, but it just adds that.
Yeah. I just knew
dynamic.
I wanted a female voice. Mm-hmm. And I think Dan Clark, who recorded the whole CD, he recommended her. And I said, well, if you're recommending her, I believe you. You know, he's brilliant. So, but no, I'm proud of that song. It's nice.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so play something.
Stop telling me to play something. I'm
Play
the worst
some-
person on the spot. I know hundreds of
you're
songs.
You're sitting here with your guitar.
I know. I know
Okay.
hundreds of songs, and I never know what to play.
Okay, what is your absolute favorite in the whole world song to play?
Ooh, to play. I mean, I guess I really love the riff to Wanted Dead or Alive because it's so, you know, just killer. I guess.
It's technical. Yeah.
The thing that really gets me about that song is the drop D. I love every song that's in drop D.
Yeah, agreed.
You just hear that meat. And that's why, you know, in joining KatieBeth, she picked a lot of Jason Aldean songs, and all of his songs are drop D. And I was like, yeah. And I tell her this. We played those songs for many years. When I hear them on the radio, I'm like, that's
not how you play it.
That's weak. Man, that's soft. It really is compared to how we played it. We played it like a metal band, you know? So, yeah.
How crazy that we both loved Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
And that was the very first song I ever sang karaoke as an adult. Like the first time I ever sang in an adult bar was that song.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Excuse me. It's my most requested song for sure.
Wow.
You know, and you told me somebody put on there the Cold Side of the Moon sounds like Bon Jovi. In that 86, 87 time period, there was nothing bigger than Bon Jovi. Yeah. And I was a senior in high school. So that is one of the most impressionable times.
That's what carries.
It's your friends. It's the soundtrack to your youth.
Your memories, your everything.
Yeah. And so there'll never be a bigger album to me than Slippery When Wet. It had
such a good album.
Everything. And I never really wanted to be a singer. I never see myself as a singer. I never, whatever. But when I karaoke'd at my house with a broomstick and a thing, I was John Bon Jovi.
You were Bon Jovi.
I didn't want to be the guitar player. I wanted to be John Bon Jovi because he was everything. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right.
Just super.
Okay, so that's your favorite song ever to play. What is your least favorite? Like, you would rather bludgeon your eyeballs and put them inside of your butt and poop them out and eat them tomorrow while bathing.
I don't know that I've ever played a song that made me feel that bad. Good God. I mean, you could name a half a dozen Katie songs that I don't ever want to play.
Okay, well, that's fine. We'll take it.
I'm just kidding. Kidding. I don't know. I just, anything that's boring, anything that's,
what's boring to you?
You know what? You know what's boring to me? I need songs, two things. They need to have a hook. They need to have a harmony. Okay. If a song, I think that's why I'm not a big fan of, maybe death metal, speed metal, grunge, because they bypass that whole part. And I can be a sucker for, give me a dozen songs that sound the same but have the same hook that's great, and I'll buy it every time. I was kind of prepping myself because I listened to all your shows, and I was getting ready for the 3 questions.
I'm literally right now, what I'm doing while he's talking is pulling up my question.
Because I would be the worst person to spring that on and not be prepared. Because I'd be like, I don't know. Greensleeves is my favorite song of all time. You know?
Okay, so I have something funny first.
Okay.
I don't know why my computer won't work. Okay, just leave it. What do you call a fairy that doesn't bathe?
I don't know. What do you call a fairy that doesn't bathe?
A stinker bell.
Those are only meant for live shows.
What bird loves construction work?
Oh, I should know this. I don't know.
A crane.
Oh my God. That's why I didn't know it was worse than I thought.
What do you call an acid with an attitude?
I don't know.
Amino acid. What do you call a horse that lives next door?
I don't know. Oh, your neighbor.
Good job.
I'm 1 for 6.
Did you hear about the carpenter that got drunk on the job?
I did not.
He got hammered.
Oh. If anybody's laughing out there, you're sick.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
For speed round of
Speed
questions?
round. Speed round.
Speed round. Okay. I already asked you the favorite one. Okay, if 2 artists had a baby and created you, what 2 artists would those be?
It would probably be John Bon Jovi, and it would be... Now, this is what I would like, right? This isn't who I think I am.
No, it's not what you think you look like.
It would probably be...
And you're already taking too long.
Oh, Bon Jovi and Nuno Betancourt.
Okay. How do you define success?
Being happy.
Ooh. Instrument you wish you played or would have learned?
Piano, 100%.
When you die, what do you want to be remembered for?
Making people laugh and being a good person.
What artist did you not think would make it or last in music?
Nirvana.
Wow. If you could be from any state or country, where would you be?
Hawaii.
Favorite song to cry to?
Oh, I just listened to it yesterday. It's Kenny Loggins' "Meet Me Halfway." That song,
so good.
It is the worst tear-jerking song for me in the world. Good. I don't know why, but it is sad.
You just sit in the corner naked like a baby, shivering
tremble
and
like a baby.
Did you hear the joke about the peach?
I did not.
It's pitiful. Best awkward moment.
Best awkward moment. This right here, probably. Being on the radio.
If you could come back in another life as a food, what kind of food would you come back?
Grilled cheese sandwich. Everybody loves grilled cheese.
Favorite concert?
Oh, boy, that's a tough one. I'm going to give you one that's off the beaten path. Howard Jones, acoustic.
Who the fuck is Howard Jones?
He does No One Is to Blame, Things Can Only Get Better, 80s. It was like
so this
80s,
is like in 1920?
No, yeah, sure. But we saw him more recent. Probably favorite concert had to be Bon Jovi, Cinderella, Slippery When Wet.
What do you want to do in the next life?
I want to be a pro fisherman.
Worst first meet, like the first time you met someone. What?
It's probably a job interview. I'm horrible.
You just get you clam up, or
yeah, I get sweaty and I don't speak like myself. I'm not comfortable. I'm just trying to be whoever they want me to be. You know, so yeah, it's awkward.
Well, you passed.
I didn't even get to do the ones that I practiced for. Top 3 songs.
Okay, 3.
Top 3 songs. Green Tinted 60s Mind by Mr. Big.
Oh, the great song.
Yeah. Let It Go by Loudness. It's a Japanese metal band.
You're fired.
Yeah, I know. And Wanted Man by Rat. Oh, killer.
Do you have any in this century?
You know, the stuff that I listen to that's not 80s metal and stuff like that, I'm a big Sting fan. I like Bruce Hornsby. Nickel Creek kills me.
Century.
Nickel Creek is still this century.
No, 2000s and forward.
Yeah, Nickel Creek was 2000.
Is there anything current that you listen to?
Not really.
Oh my God.
I kind of stopped. I was like, I've heard enough good music.
Remember when you said, "Will I look really old if I sit with my Afghan?"
Yeah. Oh, she's got a really nice Afghan. I was laying on the couch all bundled up. I'm like, dude, why would I want to get up from here? It's really
the old nice. Man took a nap before we played tonight.
I did. I took a little snooze.
Oh boy. Okay, sing Mr. Big.
Well, the only one I know
There's
is...
only one we know.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm tuned down to drop D.
Ghost Dance Macabre. Ghost Dance Macabre. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea.
PJ.
Someone's
Iron
having
Maiden, Judas Priest, Megadeth all have hook and harmony.
That's true, and I was and am a fan of Iron Maiden. Megadeth definitely has melody. Metallica has some melody, but it's not this. It's not the same as the speed metal where they're just. That's the stuff I just can't get down.
And
with.
PJ said you made me write a bass line in 5 minutes in a studio. You butt crack.
I did. What song was it for? Was it for
Good Old Days?
Was it Good Old Days or Trouble? I remember he came into the studio and the bass line was just not working. And I'm like, just do this. And that's one of the things I love being able to do is I can speak.
Yeah, like
I
what
can
it
speak
should be.
drummies, bassies, vocalies. I can talk to a musician how they will understand. And so, granted, we're all nervous when we go into the studio. There's always a little hint of nerves. Well, PJ this is the first time he's in the studio with me. He comes to a person's house he's never been to and sits down and I rewrite his bass line right there. and he
sounds like you.
And he nailed it. And the beauty of that is that song doesn't need a lot of flashy crap. It needs a solid bass line pounding you in the face. And it's just a pure, fun rock song. And he nailed it.
I like it when people pound me.
That's a different story for a different
That's
time.
what she said. But the song is Dance Macabre. I don't... PJ,
it's probably Dance Macabre. Is that the word? Macabre? Here we go. There's one that's getting recorded over and over. Macabre.
It's spelled M-A-C-B-R-E. Macabre.
I think that's macabre. No, I don't even think that's.
I don't think that's macabre.
I don't think PJ knows how to spell macabre.
I think PJ is drunk. Oh my god.
Oh, PJ, I love you, man.
I love that you did homework on questions and I didn't ask you.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Movies.
Oh, what?
3 favorite movies.
I haven't asked these questions. What show are you listening to?
I don't know. Maybe.
What are your 3 favorite movies, Gary?
I'm a super nerd. It's Jaws, Star Wars, and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Anything current?
No.
What are you watching on Netflix right now?
Nothing much on Netflix. I just got done rewatching all 7 seasons of Game of Thrones for the 3rd time.
You need help.
It is an investment in your life to watch that much TV, but it's so good. It's just so good.
Have you watched Up Dog?
No. I have not. What's up, dog? I set you up. I knew where that was going. Netflix, I just kind of fly around and watch whatever I'm in the mood. If I watch stand-up or I watch, whatever. I watched a rerun of Star Wars.
The new season of OA is coming out. I'm really excited. Have you seen
what's
OA?
OA?
Oh, it's really good.
No.
You should watch it. Go home and watch it.
I've never even seen The Wire.
I don't know even know what that is.
It was like the most popular show of all time next to Breaking Bad.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Have you never read Edgar Allan Poe?
Yes.
No one should read Edgar Allan Poe
It's
unless
scary.
they should be.
It's so scary.
Like put in a straitjacket.
Yeah. In actuality, that's probably one of my favorite writers.
Edgar Allan Poe.
His stuff is so creepy and
weird
so dark
and creepy and yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge horror movie fan.
Should we scare my cat?
No, don't. That made my heart break when you did that. God, she scared the living crap out of her cat. She rang a bell and the cat went flying.
Okay, so we're gonna play a song. Okay, you're talking too much.
Oh, good.
All right, here it comes.
I believe in destiny that's tempting me to try. I still hear your whisper and hold on to your goodbye. The letters that you wrote to me are the reason why. I believe that one day you'll be mine. The miles could just be inches, I would still feel the same way. If I do, I wish for you. Every prayer I pray, I wait to love you. Every breath I take, I'm holding on to while you're gone. There's a chance my heart will break. We have always known it from the start. So I will wait to love you. I will wait to love who truly knows my heart. I believe that every night you hold me while I sleep, and faith in just one moment that will make me yours to keep. Dreams of you are lullabies I'll sing to you one day. You're the only one that's ever been. The miles could just be inches, I would still feel the same way. If I do, I wish for you. Every prayer I pray, I'll wait to love you. Every breath I take, I'm holding on to while you're gone. There's a chance my heart will break. We have always known from the start. I'll wait to love. I'll wait to love. Truly knows I believe that every night you hold me while I sleep. Faith in just one moment that will make me yours to keep. Dreams of you are lullabies I'll sing to you one day. You're the only one that's ever been. Miles could just be inches, I would still feel the same way. If I do, I wish for you. Every prayer I pray, I wait to love you. Every breath I take, holding on to while you're gone. There's a chance my heart will break. We have always known from the start. So I'll wait to love. I'll wait to love. I'll wait to love. Truly knows my every imperfection, and she loves me even more. Mend my broken wings, fix my heart where it's been torn. I will wait to love you, feel you next to me. I'll wait to love. I'll wait to love. I'll wait to love. I'll wait to love. Truly knows my love. Truly knows my heart.
We totally just faked you guys out. So when you hear this, here, let's just play this.
Wait to love.
What do you hear when you hear this? What do you think?
That song. maybe the best, or maybe the most satisfying and rewarding moment in the recording studio. We were in Kentucky on a very tight time
3 days.
budget. 3 days to do an entire
12 songs.
Yeah, entire thing, full band. And I don't know if we were at the end of day 1 or day 2, but it was about midnight.
It was like 12 hours of recording.
Yeah. We had recorded all day long. Just a quick break for one meal and cranked it. And when you get to that point, you're just
Done.
you are just done.
Burnt out. Don't want to hear another song.
Yeah. And we had this song to do, and they were going to set up everything that they set up in the studio with a click track and everything. And we said, you know what?
We don't want to do it.
Screw it. Katie and I are going to sit in a room with 2 mics, 3 mics maybe, and we're going to play it live. No click track. We're just going to do it. And the engineer was like, well, if you make a mistake, if you make a mistake, I can't go back in and fix it because there's no click, there's no whatever. You're just going to have to play this song right from start to finish. I think it was the second take.
It was.
Second take, played the whole song through. There's a minor guitar overdubs, but other than that, you're hearing 2 people in a studio
live takes,
doing the song, and I'm really, really proud of how it turned out. It's a very touching song. Really good.
So good.
Yeah.
So good on you. High five. Good
Boom.
on you.
Dang.
Wow. We've already been doing this an hour.
It's fast.
It is
It
fast.
goes by really, really fast.
Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask?
Ask me questions.
Do you want to ask me some questions? What else? Do you want to play? What do you want to play? Something else? You should play something.
That's the worst thing. I just don't
I know.
ever. What's something that we like to play that we don't,
You're here for Gary Banach music.
Should I talk a little bit about the new CD?
I was just going to say, you have some music.
I do. We have a new. I'm just going to keep saying CD in the works because there will be a CD. I've already.
Who's we?
Designed part of the liner. Okay, so I was in the band Stripped with a guitar player named Brian Hale. Incredibly talented guy. Really kind of blew us away when he came and joined the band, and when Stripped finally ran its course, I decided that it was time for new original music. I wanted to do something. But whereas the first record, even though I had a lot of collaboration and everything, I was by myself in a room writing all those songs. And this one, I said, I want to collaborate with somebody. And I was like, I'm jumping on Brian because we're perfect harmonies together. He's got such a killer groove to his guitar. And I knew that he wanted to keep going. He made it known to me that, dude, I want to keep playing with you. And I said, well, I'm not ready to jump back into a band, but I'd like to do some recording. So it turned out he has a little recording studio in his house. We're not going to record the whole thing there. We're recording it with Max Jones. He's going to be playing bass on the project. But so I said, okay, I'm going to start writing some songs. And I kept throwing it out there. I don't want this to be the Gary Banach, experience.
Yeah.
I want this to be
collaborative.
Hale Banach.
Yeah.
It's funny because he's dubbed it Whale Panic. He said, dude, Hale Banach sounds like Whale Panic. I said, fine, then it's Whale Panic. But he's like, you sure you just don't want it to be Gary? I'm like, no, this is us. I'm basically what I'm doing is I'm writing some lyrics and a hook to a song, and then I go, take it. And then days later, all of a sudden, I'll get a message, and it'll be him like writing parts of the song, and it just blowing me away.
Cool.
So I ripped through. I decided it was going to be a 10-song CD, and I ripped through like 7 songs. They were just coming left and right. I was writing songs, and then I hit writer's block. Just boom, not another original idea, not another original lyric, nothing in my head. And I said, fine, I'm just going to walk away from it until it comes back. Because I had written so much so fast that it was like, there's no rush to put a song out that you're just not going to like, And so right now we've got 9 of the songs done.
Awesome.
They're getting ready to go into the recording phase. Okay. If you knew the KatieBeth band from way back, you remember Thor Bremer, the drummer. extraordinaire, and he's the drummer on Here I Am. He's agreed to do the drums for this whole project. Doing it a little different this time. We're not using a collaboration of a whole bunch of musicians. There's 4 guys, and then we'll throw in some other musicians.
Okay.
So that's where we're at. It's a rock album again. That's what I'm probably always going to write, unless I sit down and write my Welcome to Pooh Corner ballad album someday. But it's going to be tasty. That's the thing. It's going to have the hooks just like you're used to.
And what's it called?
The album's called Momentum, and that is a word that means absolutely everything to me.
It means everything.
It is the start of everything good, and it's the finish of everything bad. Once you lose the momentum, it's over. And when you have it, it's magical. So it was there. That's what I went. So awesome. Whale Panic, Momentum.
When would you anticipate that we have it in our grubby little paws?
I would like to get the first parts, the rhythm tracks recorded starting in April.
Okay.
So that will start happening. I'm going to go down to Chicago and spend some time with Thor when he does his drum parts, so we can. I could literally just give him all this stuff and say, write your drum parts, and he'd knock it out of the park. Yeah. But it's more fun. I haven't seen him in a long time, so I said I'll make the trek down to Chicago and I'll spend the night. And he's like, I'm going to record my drum stuff in 2 days. I'm like, fine. Yeah. And he'll do it. So that's the.
So 2019?
I'm hoping it'll be done in 2019. I think so, because Brian's itching to get this music out. He really he makes me feel strange about it, because he's like, dude, these are hits, man. You're writing hits, and I'm like, whatever. They're good songs. I like them.
They're good.
They're so good. But he's like, dude, and he's a very different musician than me. He's more of the guitar virtuoso music, the Yngwie Malmsteens and the
technical
and Michael Schenkers and that. And so I'm like writing these songs, and he's like, yeah, if I wrote something, it would be all gothic and Queensryche, and I don't want that for this album. You've got the right track. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep going.
Okay, play us a tasty little morsel.
This is a little song called Lucky. It's a little mid-tempo ballady thing, if I can remember it. Lucky, yeah.
A little hooky.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a whole bunch of questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Fire them off.
What's your favorite ramen?
It's creamy chicken. Boom.
Who's your inspiration?
Are you sure these aren't your questions still?
No.
They've got to be. No. KatieBeth asks on the KatieBeth show.
Who's your inspiration?
Who's my inspiration? Gosh. I'm going to say it's probably... I was inspired by Kiss to be a musician, and not just a musician, but I wanted to be in a visual band. So I guess
who inspires your life?
Who inspires my life? God,
Weird Al Yankovic.
That's super deep, man.
I like it deep.
I don't know. I think anybody who's just good people inspire me.
So Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al Yankovic seems like a pretty good guy. He's never done anything bad, has he?
Favorite Milwaukee restaurant?
Favorite Milwaukee. These are here's the stumper questions. Like, how am I going to pull out of my behind?
How do you not know?
Because
this isn't like you're going to have I'm going to gun to your head. You have to choose.
Yeah, I'm a pass. Favorite restaurant pass. I don't know.
Oh my God. Favorite place to play?
We had some killer. Oh, I know what it is. It's H2O. That was the best place we ever played.
Ever.
In my life. There's been a lot of really killer clubs that we've played and just had fun.
Oh my God, H2O.
You would think a place like I played Summerfest and State Fair and Country USA and all these really cool places. H2O, you walked in there and it was an instant shit show. It was put all this booze in your face.
Lizards and naked ladies.
You haven't played a song yet. Let's get you drunk first. And I've had so many great memories and no memories of that place.
Oh my God, there's so
and
many
after
shows.
bars and craziness that
People got DUIs leaving those shows.
People got thrown into Pop-A-Shot basketball machines. It was unchained, and that was the best. It was absolutely the best.
Where do babies come from?
Yo, mama.
You want to know who asked that?
PJ.
If you could play any instrument, what would it be?
I think I already said piano. There's I'm a born drummer. I should have played drums. Thank God I didn't drive my parents crazy.
God, you didn't play
because I would have been animal on those things. But it's in my head. I would just have to get the legs and the hands moving in the same direction. But it's all in my head.
It's in my head. In my head. Zombie.
I hate when that happens. Crazy crackers.
I don't have anything else. Like my list is depleted. I got nothing.
How about, hey, Gary, when's your next show? There's a good question.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I actually do play.
We're about to be off the rails. I'm a little tired.
Oh, boy.
We're getting to Spank Happy. What is it called? What is it?
Spanferkle? Are we having a pig roast? Are we Spanferkling?
What was that beginning thing? Where is that? I have to find it. Oh, my God.
Sorry. I had a feeling this was how the whole show was going to go. I'm glad it was maybe a little informative because it could just be.
We're off the rails now.
It's
the
just
H2O talk.
Yeah.
Now all I'm picturing is naked men in lizard suits.
And George Webb making us drink freaking moonshine crap.
And George doing the waterfall of the rainbow shots.
Oh, that was awesome.
Those shows.
Awesome.
How did we not die?
Grace of God.
Do you know that I brought someone I was dating literally for like 2 weeks there to a show for that?
Horrible idea.
What was I thinking?
Horrible idea.
Why did they not run?
I had to call my wife and have her drive to Watertown.
Because you puked in George's chair.
Because I was maintaining. I was hammered, okay? I was maintaining. I fell asleep in a recliner. He woke me up and made me do a shot of 151. Like half unconscious. And I threw up all over myself.
In his leather chair.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I threw up on his leather chair because that's what you get.
Dude.
But,
I got engaged at one of those.
Yeah.
nights.
Jeez Louise.
If alcohol didn't lead to that engagement. Oh my God. I'm literally crying.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
I think we could take a little part in getting that place shut down.
That's probably true. It really did get shut down. It didn't even last a year, did it? Maybe a year. Maybe 2.
I don't know.
Not long.
It's all a blur.
We need to play a reunion show. Just find a club in Watertown and be like, we're taking it over.
I just don't.
You don't get a choice.
We tried to do that. There was that one club we played it. It was just not the same vibe. No.
It wasn't.
It was a time and a place.
So anybody who owns a bar that... I'm reading your words, Allison. Anybody that owns a bar in and around the southeastern Milwaukee area that we can just take over. We can take over the bar. We'll make you money. We're going to play, and we're probably going to get naked. You call me up. We're going to do it.
I don't remember all this naked stuff.
Ryan,
okay. Ryan doesn't count. Ryan doesn't count. Anything that Ryan did doesn't count.
Can you believe he's going to put his sperm in the world? Like
a baby Ryan. A girl.
A girl.
We just
so much worse.
Ryan.
A baby girl
Ryan.
wombat.
Thank God you don't have any hair, Ryan.
Oh my God. It's so bad. The world is going to implode. Like, we don't need a wall. we
need a bubble.
We need SWAT team to come down and be like, and like suck her up and put her in like a barricade onesie so that
there was nothing like being in a band with Ryan. He was
Never.
the best. He was the best.
He was the best.
And all his squirrely BS was just freaking awesome.
I'll never forget any of it.
No. Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to ask me again. Where is your next show, Gary? Because you're the worst host in all of the world.
I'm off the rails. What do you call a drummer whose girlfriend broke up with him?
What?
Homeless. Okay, Gary, when is your next show?
Well, surprising that you would ask that. I don't have any shows. Never mind. No,
He throws down the guitar and walks out.
This Sunday.
Sunday,
Which just happens to be St. Patty's Day. We will be playing at Maddie's in Muskego. Playing with GNR, which is our 80s acoustic pop duo with Roger Firstino. And we've got Amy Eklund on percussion.
Nice.
She's been with us for a few shows. She's an amazing musician. And
Did you take Monday off?
I did not. The show is from 6 to 10, so I think we
That's
can.
late.
Yeah, Roger lives right around the corner, so I'll be crashing by him.
Okay.
So
if I come and crash in my giant green suit,
in your leprechaun suit that you obviously own.
I'll be a little leprechaun. Is that how it sounds?
No, thank God. Everybody would be afraid of leprechauns.
I come to your show like this. Wait.
Hello, this is Pico.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry.
Hello, this is Pico. And you are
That's what you
listening
sounded
to
like.
Miss KatieBeth.
Be like, I coming to your show. that's right. Why does my leprechaun?
Why is it so shaky?
What does Michael J. Fox have?
Oh, I'm not saying.
But that's
He has an awesome career and a wonderful freaking
What
acting.
is that thing he has?
I'm not saying.
Okay. Well, my leprechaun has that.
She's the worst person. I don't even wanna.
Oh my God. I am literally.
There's no PC in KB.
When I talk like a leprechaun, I shake. Oh my God. This interview, I think, is over.
Unbelievable.
Should we end on a good note?
I hope so. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you want to play? If people could see me right now.
Oh, my face hurts.
Okay, what's your favorite wrestler from back in the day?
Oh, so easy. Randy Macho Man Savage. Because he looked like a rocker dude.
Yeah.
He looked like David Lee Roth on steroids.
That's a really good story. I think my leprechaun...
Shakes Magoo, that's your new name.
My leprechaun became a 90-year-old man.
Shakes Magoo.
I'm going to do my whole show like this.
Can you see when everybody drops off? Like they're not watching anymore? Boop, boop, boop. They're all
Choose
gone.
one career. Mexican wrestler, whale trainer, or farmer.
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Mama. Okay, well, I'm done. I got nothing. Should we leave him with a song?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to play a song. Thought you meant you were going to play a song.
Oh,
sure, no, we'll play.
Sure.
We can play a song.
Sure, we can play one. All right.
All right. I'm going to do... okay, I got one.
Sorry for my coughing.
That's where you start singing. She's on her phone.
I'm trying to answer all the messages. I don't even know what song you're playing. You're supposed to be
Freebird?
Oh
Never mind. We're not doing it now.
Go.
No way. I'm done.
Yeah.
Pay me $10. I'll play some more.
I wasn't even listening. I thought you were playing a Gary's.
What a whack job.
Oh my God. It's your Irish alter ego. Seamus.
What is it?
Seamus McShakes.
That's becoming a character. Seamus McShakes.
I got to show up like this.
Seamus McShakes. Holy
Okay.
crap.
I didn't know you were playing a me song.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, play.
No one wants to hear that shit anyway. Too funny. Okay, that's really the last time I'm doing that. That was the...
Singles town, mama taught her how to rip up the town. Honey tripping, honey, you must, I don't know.
We are the most unprofessional musicians of all time. All time. Whatever.
All these dollars and all these hours, and I'm making the music we love. You came here to rock, we came here to party. Hey, Missy, Missy, you make me want to scream this. Whoa, I got your fever right here. Ain't trying to play no game. This ain't even about the fun. Oh, we came here to rock. You came here to party.
Whoa,
I got your fever right here.
whoa,
I got your fever right here. And this fever you can shake.
bam. Is this show still going on? Seamus, are we still on? Did they pull the plug?
Seamus milkshakes here.
That's what they serve at McDonald's now. Seamus milkshakes. They're delicious.
Tell the people one thing about dreams in life before we go.
Dreams in life. Mine are pretty simple. There's a few things in life that I really, really enjoy. I like playing music. I love fishing. It's my, calmest moment ever. I want to give my wife and I a good place to live. I want us to have fun, be relaxed, enjoy friends. And really, I think I found my niche. I think I found who I'm supposed to be. So I just do more of that.
Seamus milkshakes.
And I do some Seamus milkshakes.
Okay, one piece of advice for the younger generations.
Just be true to yourself. Don't do anything because you think that's what's the popular thing. You really have to find out what you love to do and do that.
One thing you'd say to me when I die.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You're already dead and I get to say whatever I want? You piece of... Thank you. That's what I would say. Mm-hmm. Thank you for a really, a great path in life.
Well, that's sweet.
Seamus milkshakes, thanks
When things get too deep, we just go into Seamus milkshakes.
Gary Banach, everybody.
Sheesh.
I got nothing.
Come back next week when KatieBeth says some more dumb shit.
Well, that's it for this week's show. The raw, the real, the uncut, the uncensored, the ever-changing Breaking Boundaries music. You'll never know what you're going to get. See you next week, y'all.